taking his first tour title. Happy holidays, and to our friends in the Midwest and Northeast, we hope you're warm and safe. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson with you here from Spartanburg, and for the last couple weeks we've been hearing the lefties say how difficult the lane conditions have been, how challenging it has been for them to try and get on television. Well, everything came together this week for them. We have our first all-lefty final since 2001, so how will this surplus of southpaws affect the scoring?
Well, they're going to see something today that they're not accustomed to seeing. With all the traffic on the left side of the lanes are going to break down much faster. They're going to have to make a lot more adjustments. Towards the end of the telecast, players are going to have to move to the middle part of the lane to create angle to get their ball to the pocket. This bodes well for two players, Rhino Page and Patrick Allen.
Patrick Allen coming in off a huge win last week in Baltimore. He is clearly in his groove.
Patrick Allen making a statement as to who the best left-hander on tour is. Keep in mind, he has the 9th highest winning percentage all time on television.
There's been a lot that mean a lot, but this one means everything right here.
And with that 10th title, Patrick Allen eligible for the Hall of Fame once he retires. But we begin with the 5 versus 4 showdown. Reigning Rookie of the Year, the 42-year-old from Chicago, Billy Oatman, taking on 4-seed Mike Scroggins. Scroggins looking for his first title since the 2005 USBC Masters, and it'll be Oatman rolling first. Perfect pocket hit to start us off in South Carolina. First ever PBA event here in the Palmetto State. He's not a rookie anymore. He went out of his way, Randy, yesterday to tell us, you know, I'm done carrying the pennies. I'm a sophomore right now. I understand the curriculum. I know what's ahead of me. Here's Mike Scroggins from Amarillo, Texas. Strike. Great start, gentlemen. Take a look at our Motel 6 matchup. Scroggins taking on Oatman.
Both players similar match play records. Second time for Mike Scroggins on television this season. Billy Oatman still looking for his first ever career title. But Mike Scroggins has had a tough go of it the last 10 times he has been on television.
With a defeat today, he would move into a tie for 5th all-time in the longest TV losing streak. He's now part of a 7-match losing streak. Great start, though, for Scroggins.
Rob, this place is rocking. The lights, the noise, the letter X. It's all designed to inflame the senses. I'm overstimulated. I got to get out of here.
Quoting the legendary southpaw Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. Oakley dokley, we get back to bowling. Here's Billy Oatman working off an opening strike. Way to get that one in early, Randy.
Just trying to set the tone, sir.
Takes a good announcer to get Ned Flanders into bowling. Here's Oatman. Oh, that 7 was being teased.
Well, in this environment, this setting, it's not hard to get overly excited, too pumped up. Billy Oatman just feeling the energy in the building. Pulls that one through the nose.
We were talking yesterday, we're so used to seeing so many righties bowl here that with all of the lefties out here, we're going to see some odd pin leaves that you and I may not be completely used to or we see all that often.
It's hard when you're right-handed trying to call left-handed leaves, unless it's just, you know, a single pin spare. Billy Oatman putting tape in his spare ball so it fits right.
Don't feel right, come back. Do not make a bad shot.
Gets out the plastic Denny's ball to try and pick up this 7-pin spare.
The unique style of shooting spares, not the fact that he's using a plastic spare ball, but the fact that he only put his thumb in it, not his fingers.
Why would one do that?
So it doesn't hook at all. And I mean, that's part of the reason why you throw a plastic ball is you throw it nice and straight on a straight line at that single pin spare. But Billy takes it to the next level, not using his fingers, so there's little or no rotation on that spare ball.
And why do they why do they bring out that plastic ball for the spares, the single pins?
So it doesn't hook. frustrated spares is because it doesn't matter what the lane conditions are like. It doesn't matter what the middle part of the lane is like. If the ball's not hooking, it's not reading the oil pattern. All you're trying to do is throw it in a straight line.
And Scroggins is more of a straight line type roller as he looks to open up with a turkey. Ooh is right. There's 4 pins standing.
Both players go through the nose on that right lane. Billy Oatman's fortunate to go 9 spare. Mike Scroggins pays the ultimate here.
He was hoping to have a little luck in the show to try and get off this TV schneid. This would be massive luck if he can clean this up, and that was unlucky.
And the bad part is he loses a lot of count as well.
I think he was hoping at worst to take out 3 pins. Instead, it's just 1. And he's at 50 right now through 3. Here's Oatman working off a strike in the 4th. Rather, Scroggins continues in the 4th. So let's see how Scroggins gets back into it. Off a 7 in the 3rd. Nice adjustment, Mike.
And you've got to question what happened in the 3rd frame. Is it the lanes changing? Is it the lanes breaking down? Remember, all 5 lefties had practice before the start of this match. The oil pattern's going through transition. And let's see what kind of adjustment Billy Oatman makes on this right lane.
This is Oatman's first TV show of the season, 2nd of his career. Both have been on this Viper pattern. We'll talk more about the Viper oil pattern later. Curves in, drops them all.
And there's the difference in the match. He trips the split out. Scroggins doesn't. Billy Oatman now knows he has to make a move. He makes the adjustment. It's high flush.
Oatman up 20 as we approach the 5th.
He's been working on his game and his push away to get a little bit better momentum to the foul line, a little bit better rhythm. That shot there, picture perfect.
Looking for his first title in 25 career events. This is our final PBA event of the 2007 year. We'll take some time off and then we'll head out west. We'll roll the lanes in Reno, Nevada for the 2008 High Desert Classic. Who will win the $180,000 prize money? It's the High Desert Classic on ESPN Sunday, January 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 a.m. local. That's an early crew call.
What's the slogan? The greatest little city in the world? Reno?
Sounds about right.
Okay, just go with that.
I just hope we run into the 911 Reno guys. Well, Oatman has got it going on right now. Not too heavy, not too light, just right.
That's a turkey.
His 4th strike. Up 30. Scroggins needs to make a dent into it. There we go, Mike. And Scroggins is done today. He's going to jump in his car and begin his roughly 22-hour drive back home to Amarillo. His goal, get about halfway there tonight, 11 hours. I asked him where he's going to stop. He said, wherever 11 hours is, or whenever I start veering off the road.
The password is coffee.
Caffeine. Here's Scroggins in the 6th, looking for a turkey. Turkey it is. Billy Oatman looking to spend his holidays with a little more cheer. His first PBA title would take care of that. The conclusion of our 4v5 matchup when we return.
You don't feel like you should throw it? Don't throw it. It's an important shot.
I love how these guys give us their internal conversations in an external fashion. Maybe he should have stayed with his first approach.
Okay.
Mike Scroggins an opportunity to get back in this match. If he doesn't convert, Mike Scroggins can strike out 9th and 10th frame and win this match.
Bowlers told us yesterday they thought this first match would be low scoring just due to all the oil and the lanes and the lefties. What a pickup, though! What a pickup, Billy!
Well, this is kind of how you draw it up, and what a great time for Billy Oatman to keep his clean game alive. Now he can strike out in the 10th frame and lock out Mike Scroggins. Scroggins still has a chance. He must strike on this ball. You talked about the scores being a little bit lower in this first match, Rob, and that's because of transition. The oil moving around, the oil breaking down. Once the pair settles in, the scores are going to go up, and that's what's going on right now in match number 1. For Mike Scroggins, a spare here, striking out in the 10th frame. He'll shoot 207. Billy Oatman is in the 220s now. This match, for all intents and purposes, is over.
Hex continues for Scroggins.
Since winning the 05 Masters, it has not been fun for Mike Scroggins on television.
And he's saying, I needed that a few tosses ago.
And you know, you've got to start asking yourself, what do I have to do mentally to get over this issue that I have with single pin spares on TV? Because that's all it is right now for Mike Scroggins. It's a mental thing. He doesn't miss them during the tournament. He doesn't miss them in match play.
It is the old flip of the wrist like, thanks for nothing, pal, after he drops his second in a row. Still no spares for Scroggins. One spare. I take that back in the 9th.
And struck every time on this left lane. Every time.
Every single time. Now that may take some of the sting out of what looks like is going to be an early departure for Mike Scroggins. The 5 seed, Billy Oatman, doesn't have to do a whole lot to take care of business here.
Stay behind the foul line. Keep it on the lane.
He needed 8s, he got 7.
Needs 1.
2. That pickup, the difference maker, as Oatman moves on. And we are now officially on 300 alert. Nobody has thrown more perfect PBA games than Parker Bohn III. He takes the wood when we return. We're back in Spartanburg for the final PBA event of the 2007 calendar year. We'll take a couple weeks off and then head west, Reno, Nevada, January 6th, live coverage on ESPN at 1 p.m. Eastern. From there, we head to the Lava Lanes, the Earl Anthony Medford Classic from Medford, Oregon, January 13th. take on the number 5 seed, Billy Oatman, who just took care of Mike Scroggins, 209 to 207. There's Parker, and Billy will start us off. He's feeling it.
I won my first title qualifying in the number 5 spot, going all the way up the Stepladder, so I know what it's like. Billy Oatman's in for a long day, but it can be done, and what a way to win your first title. Beating some of the best players in the world and taking care of fellow southpaws at the same time.
Bohn has not won a title in 61 events, despite appearing in 10 TV finals in that span. This is the longest winless drought of his career, but he starts off match number 2 in fine fashion, dropping all 10, and you get the feeling that he knows he's due, and he's kind of over some of these mental obstacles, and he was in a very positive mental frame point yesterday.
Yeah, he was. He says that I'm just one good break away, something going my way, of winning again.
Said he felt he was overdue for some love, an unfortunate shot that they don't have to pay a big penalty for. Maybe a light little love tap that'll drop the 7 down for a strike, and he almost got that here.
Well, and he avoids the ugly, the 3-7-9 here. He only leaves the 3-pin. And what's interesting is that Parker doesn't strike on the right lane, doesn't strike on the left lane, and chooses to finish on the left lane in this match. He's a higher seed. He gets to decide who starts the match and who finishes. So when a player chooses to finish on a certain lane that's normally their best lane, and that's the lane they want to finish on that gives them the best chance to win, Parker comes out of the gate and doesn't strike on that left lane.
Oh, man. Billy Oatman off to another wonderful start. 4 of his first 5 frames in match 1 were strikes. He starts with back-to-back here as we take a look at our Motel 6 matchup.
A little firepower over there on the left side of the screen. Parker Bohn this week became the all-time leader with 300 games bowled on tour, 78. He did it in the last game of the tournament, position round. Billy Oatman just made a bowling ball change on the right lane.
He was scared about that one.
That was almost 0. Let one get away from him. That could have been a lot worse, only leaving
Got it to the gutter too soon.
the 310.
Might just say leave that ball alone.
He was telling us yesterday that he's really been playing on instinct more so this week and more so really this season than last year. Made a couple ball changes earlier this week that seemed to have paid off. That one, not so much. Well, he picked up the 2-4-6-7-10 for a spare in match number 1, but unable to take care of the 310 there.
You do fine.
30 career titles for Parker Bohn III, 5th most in PBA history.
That's Hall of Fame stuff there, baby. Taking advantage of the open frame by his opponent. Now, let's see what type of look, what type of ball reaction, what type of motion his bowling ball makes on this left lane.
Now, the bowlers spent all week bowling in another facility. Today is essentially their first day here. They had about an hour and change of practice yesterday on these portable lanes. So everything they acquired knowledge-wise earlier in the week pretty much thrown out the window as they have to adjust to these.
And Rob, that's a good point, but in speaking with the players before we went on the air, I asked them, is the oil pattern similar to what you bowled on all week? They said, yeah, it's real close. It's really good.
Oatman with a 9 last frame, down 14. That one perfect in the pocket.
See if he uses that same ball in the left lane. Today's going to be all about adjustment. adjustments. These guys are going to have to go on instincts and good guesses.
He pushed one aside, and he takes out Green Lantern ball.
Well, come on now. Big shot.
He's figured it out. Kick it out.
Well, he got a great break there. He hadn't gotten all the way to the pocket yet, but what a huge break. Chipping out that 3-pin. These are the kind of breaks that Parker Bohn III's looking for. Instead, his opponent gets it. And that's always nice to see when you're working on a strike or two.
Yeah, that's me.
Smiles says a lot. Parker steps up here in the 5th. He's got a turkey. 3 in a row.
Real strikes. Good ones.
Well, normally when somebody throws a strike like that after opponent trips the 3-pin, they come back and they say real strikes. Let's take a look at our lumber liquidators. Know the wood. Viper pattern 37 feet. Characteristics, Flanders favorite. Now remember, Ned Flanders was the owner of the Leftorium from The Simpsons. He had everything was left-handed. Left-handed shot glasses, left-handed doorknobs, left-handed chainsaws. We have everything and it's all backwards. Ned Flanders. And Rob, do you know who else is a huge Simpsons fan and fan of Ned Flanders?
I do not.
Jason Couch, one of the best left-handers out here. Jason he's on the IR right now, rehabbing after knee surgery. Jason, look forward to you getting back out here real soon and smack him in the head for all the left-handed comments.
Do you know the name of Ned Flanders' bowling team?
No.
The Holy Rollers.
Sweet!
A semifinal berth versus number 2 seed Patrick Allen is on the line. The conclusion of Bohn Oatman when our live coverage returns to Spartanburg.
That's not bad.
As we enter the 7th, both will be rolling off of spares.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If you holler, let him go. Eeny,
Parker
meeny,
up
miny, mo.
14 as Billy debating what ball to go for.
Okay, you got another chance.
Now, I believe this is the ball that,
This may be the ball he started with
yeah.
in bold match number 1 with. Hard to tell from here.
Oh, boy. Now you have no more chances. You are out of lifelines.
So that ball will go back into the bag,
fast.
apparently.
Well, and this one just bites a little bit too hard down the lane and hooks a bit high, leaving the 6-pin. And it seems like Billy Oatman right now is in between. One doesn't hook up hard enough in the back part of the lane. The other one hooks too
Just
hard.
throw it. See how it feels.
Oh! Is Billy giving himself too many options?
Now he's overthinking it because he wanted to throw that ball just to get a feel for what it would be like. That was going to be his next option, but you can't give pins away trying to get back to the pocket, and that's a big mistake on Billy Oatman's part.
Steps up now. 2-time PBA Player of the Year, Parker Bohn III. Won it in '99 and the 01-02 season. He told us he was due. He needed some breaks to come his way. He hasn't needed any breaks right now. He is all strikes and spares. 5 strikes, 2 spares, up 26 as we enter the 8th. With today's televised appearance, Patrick Parker. Seriously, there's something wrong with me.
Tell you what.
Parker has now made at least 2 championship round appearances in 19 consecutive seasons for Parker Bohn III.
There you go. And right now, I'm just having trouble understanding why Parker would choose to finish on the left lane when the left lane is the one that's giving everybody trouble right now.
That ball hit you front. I don't know. Don't know. Let's get this one first, though. Come on.
Leaves the 7.
And again,
out of the 10.
And again, you see that ball just a little bit soft into the pocket.
Should have not thrown it, could have brought it out.
He liked it early. That oil moves down the lane just a little bit. Hard to get the ball in the pocket.
When that oil moves down, everybody starts moving right just a little bit to try and compensate.
Well, what happens is the front part of the lane burns up. It starts to break down, so the players have to move right to get away from that spot. But if there's oil down the lane, then they can't get it to hook around the corner. So the adjustment would be to move in, try to get your speed a little bit softer so the ball can make that corner and get back up to the pocket. Or you can take a much less aggressive bowling ball, stay to the left, and try to keep it on line and stay firm.
So we got to just live and die with this, because that's going to be too early. So, oh, wow. This ain't as easy as I thought. Let's do this right here. Right here.
Maybe now he's found it, but it may be too little too late.
Yeah, the best he can do if he strikes out is 213. Parker Bohn III is going at a 219 pace, meaning if he goes strike, spare, strike, he'll shoot 219.
And it has been strike, spare, pace for the last 5 frames. Strike, spare, strike.
Yeah, he went light on the left lane last time up. Almost left the pocket 7-10 on that left lane in the 6th, and went light in the 2nd, all on the left lane. He only has 1 strike on the left lane, and all he needs is a mark to shut out his opponent. What adjustment does the Hall of Famer make? First, he's going to make sure he's got a really good grip. Big shot here. Mark, he advances.
Move on, Parker, move on.
Solid stuff from the 44-year-old Hall of Famer. You don't win 30 times by chance or luck.
Again, has not won a title in 61 events. And he'll be moving on to the semis to take on 2-seed Patrick Allen. There's Justin sitting on Grandpa's lap. 4-year-old Justin there, as is Brandon and Sydney. His wife Leslie in the crowd.
And he's lined up for his next match.
Certainly is. He is finishing strong. 239 for Parker Bohn III.
Show some class.
And Billy picks up the spare, or strike rather. As Parker sits and molds, gets ready to take on the 2-seed Patrick Allen.
Use your head sometimes.
How much have these lanes changed?
Throw it back.
They've changed
Make
a lot.
decisions,
You can see it that the guys are, just trying to figure out what's the right move. You move too much, the ball goes too long down the lane. If you don't move enough, it hooks early and goes high. And they're going to change again the next game.
Please, oh please, oh please.
The reason why these...
What is that? 1979 in the 8th frame up there for me?
3 strikes in a row for Oatman. He will not move on, but he has the chance for our first ham bone.
More than that year.
Actually, the second ham bone. Parker had one while we were napping. There we go. proud finish for Oatman, but it's the Hall of Famer, Parker Bohn III, who moves on. 239 to 213. Up next, Patrick Allen makes his third back-to-back televised appearance of his 9-year career, and he's seeking his second title in 7 days.
And there it is. Said this week he felt he was throwing it a little too hard due to the friction on the lanes, and it was throwing off his timing. His timing may have been a smidge off on his first 2 frames. Seems to have found it there in the third. Parker Bohn trying to start match number 3 here with a turkey.
Same kind of hit for Parker Bohn III there. Patrick Allen left the week 7 in the second. Parker Bohn follows up with week 7 in the second. Both coming on the right lane. The adjustment, a lot of times it's just speed. Sometimes the guys will try to spin it a bit more to try to get the ball a little bit cleaner through the front part of the lane and have it finish harder in the back part.
There's Justin watching on.
He's cute, isn't he? What a cute kid.
Good kid with a great birthday.
Same birthday as Rob Stone, April 15th.
Tax day, you can't forget it. Write your cards right now. And your checks.
That's pretty. See how much harder the ball finishes on that lane, the back part of the lane? That's why he's creating all that pin action. He's got to somehow find a way to get his ball to finish like that on the right lane. CPA's match play record, a little bit over 500. He did clip Rhino Page in position round. Rhino Page, the #1 seed, waiting in the wings to face the winner of this match.
And there is the #1 seed, 24-year-old Rhino Page, seeking his first PBA title. He'll take on the winner of this.
PA really liked this shot off his hand. When you start to run it out and then that happens, that's not a good sign.
Third time PA has left the 7-pin standing. Nudges that one out of the way.
Oh, God.
Parker Bohn on top by 10. Very focused look from him. Now PA is a talker, but this is a little different style than we've seen from him this season.
No flash there, baby.
This is questioning talk, questioning himself.
Yeah, he's uncertain.
Thank you, sir.
Uncertain about his ball reaction. Not really sure what it's going to do when it hits the pins. If he would have left the ringing 7-pin the last frame, he'd have said, okay, ball's finishing hard enough. All that is maybe just to keep throwing it right there. I know the ball's going to drive through the pins. But that right lane has got him confused. Left lane should be okay for him. He threw a perfect shot last time on this left lane.
Again, it's the 7. He's going to have to figure that out ASAP, or his car is going to be loaded sooner than he wanted to for the drive home for the holidays.
And it could be that PA's trying to create a little too much angle. You see how far that ball started from the middle part of the lane to the outside part of the lane, and by the time it comes back, the reason why it's leaving the week 7 is because the ball's running out of energy when it gets there. store better. It's going to hit harder once it gets there. He's not playing that big a loop or rainbow shot. He's a little bit more down and in. He gets by with some speed. That's why he's able to stay a little bit further left. If he gets the 7-pin out on this right lane, Patrick Allen's going to have his hands full.
Perfect pocket entry. The look of a man on a mission. The look of a man questioning himself and the oil.
They're both using the same friction spot down the lane, but Parker isn't throwing as far to the left. He's a little bit further left with his feet. A little straighter lane, getting the pins to fall down.
Head to the online store at PBA.com to check out the all-new line of PBA merchandise. Makes a great holiday gift. PBA store has all the items you need to complete your last-minute holiday shopping list. If you order now, you'll receive a free backpack with any purchase of $40 or more. Simply head on over to PBA.com and place your order today.
Says, come on, machine,
Yeah.
take those pins off. Let's go.
Parker, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it myself. So working on a double, eyeballing a turkey.
That ball never grabbed down the lane. It looked like he may have missed it. Just a pinch at the bottom of the swing. Didn't quite release the ball the way he wanted. And a nice break, only leaving the 3-pin.
That's the third time today he's left the 3-pin. Did it twice in his last match.
And they've all been on that left lane.
Title shot on the line. Allen or Bohn, who will get a crack at number 1 seed Rhino Page. Our semis from Spartanburg conclude when we return. We welcome you back to the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium arena setting here for the Spartanburg Classic, the first time the PBA has been in the state of South Carolina, alongside 13-time champ Randy Peterson. I'm Rob Stone. Glad you're with us on this Sunday as we're getting set to put the wraps on our semifinal. Patrick Allen, the number 2 seed, taking on 3 seed Parker Bohn III. And Allen down 20 as he gets ready for his shots in the 6th. Finals today featuring 5 left-handers for the first time since the 2001 Tar Heel Open.
How about that? Pretty bold move there. You see how far left he moved on that shot. He picked up his ball speed and went much straighter and much more direct. Watch this. Now all of a sudden we've got a little pin carry.
Pin carry and pin roll and pin undercutting. His second strike of this match. He's got a little smirk to it as well.
Come on. Gotta.
Whoa, boy, watch out. Here comes PA.
And may I quote the great thespian Eminem in describing that last shot? The way you throw it.
Dougie, death pill.
I can't believe it. I ain't never seen a shot like that.
Oh, my. Here's Parker Bohn III. That's the best I can do to follow that up, buddy. How about that shot? on again, getting a lot of airtime.
This is going to be a great break. Remember, Parker talked about getting a break, having something go his way. Right there, he got a little bit of what he's asking for. Check this out, little love tap. 4-pin goes to the sidewall, kicks the 7 out. Parker goes, okay, sure.
Strike is a strike.
Light again on the left lane. 2-pin in the 6th. Right here he leaves, 3-pin in the 6th. Right here he leaves the 3-9. Just thankful that the 7-pin's not with it.
4 of his 5 spares today have come on that left lane.
They see the friction out the outside part of the lane. That's what made that ball hook into that spare. Problem is, if you get it there too quick, it overhooks. You got to pick it up at the right spot down the lane. Right now, Patrick Allen can strike in the 8th frame and tie this matchup. Come on, man.
Allen with a strike in the 6th and the 7th. Good. Looking for 3 in a row. And to equalize this match. The winner to take on number 1 seed Rhino Page. Well, that's a bit of a break.
Which mechanic in the back hit that 7-pin? Wow, how did that fall? And it fell forward. Watch the 7-pin. Let's see what hits it.
Got the 5-pound pins out today.
Jeez.
Still not sure what hit it.
Oh, man.
All right. I don't know. Never know. Come on.
Well, he was that close to eyeballing a 7-10 attempt. And now it's just a 10 he needs to take care of. Which he does. He had the chance to tie.
Re-rack. Thanks.
As he asks for a re-rack.
11-pin match, 9th frame, sets up the 10th frame. Big shot here. Patrick Allen can strike out, shoot 227. Parker Bohn, the 3rd, can strike out to shoot 238.
My ball's not 12 pounds, I promise. Even though it's hitting like it is.
Well, he throws 15-pound equipment. Parker Bohn, the 3rd, throws 16-pound equipment. And that extra pound right now, when you've got a little bit of angle you're using to the pocket, makes a huge difference in terms of hitting power. And that might just be the difference in this match.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Allen has never won on the Viper oil pattern, which the bowlers are battling today. This will be his 4th top 10 finish of the season. A little heavy on that one. Was able to get the 7 to kick down, though.
And this is what happens when you start leaving weak corner pins. You try to get a little more hand in it to get that corner pin out. You grab it at the bottom, and the ball overhooks and goes through the nose, and that's exactly what Patrick Allen did there.
Parker Bohn told us he needs some breaks to go his way, and he seems to be getting them from the opposition today. And a break is a break.
And if Parker can figure out the left lane,
he's in good shape.
Real good shape.
Parker steps up on the right lane, which is where he has been very comfortable this second match. All strikes and 1 spare on the right lane. And another strike added to the ledger. He is getting that much closer to knocking off the 2 seed, Patrick Allen.
Re-rack.
Spare strike, and this match is over. First strike of the 10th frame, it's over. Best Patrick Allen can shoot now, 215. Spare strike gives Parker Bohn the third, 218. Parker going to take all the time necessary to finish the 10th frame again.
Asked for a re-rack, he's getting it right now. He's over on the left lane, which has been a bit of an issue for him today. No issues there.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Parker Bohn will move on to face Rhino Page for the title, and keep in mind the #1 seeds in Stepladder finals this season are undefeated, 3-0.
Parker will move on. Finishes it off. Now has time to check in with the family and get ready for the finals.
2 weeks in a row.
Ends with a 227. Had a 239 in his first match.
All right. One more good game, okay? It's a good deal? Okay, make sure you talk to PA, okay?
PA leaves no pin standing.
Sorry we didn't get it done today, Eddie. Thanks for everything, though. Sorry, Stephanie. Sorry, Cigar. No good. Full bed. Bad choice. Good block there. Blocked it.
Yeah, you just get the sense PA was battling these lanes all day today. He found it, then he lost it. Then he found it, lost it again.
Well, he was battling his inner demons as well, trying to decide in a one-game match, you know, what's the correct move? What gives me the best chance to strike? And he said it himself. He didn't go with the right decision.
He was confident coming into today's TV finals about his ability to adjust. He felt he was superior in that to most of today's competitors. Thought this was going to be a serious advantage for him. 227 to 214 is your final. Parker Bohn moves on to take on the 1 seed Rhino Page. Can Bohn end that 61 event winless streak? Someone's holiday shopping is about to get a whole lot easier. Our $25,000 final between Page and Parker is on deck. Holiday break after the Spartanburg Classic, then head out west. The ConstructionJobs.com Championships coming your way from Reno, Nevada, January 6th, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, live on ESPN. Take a look now at our Geico Championship recap, Randy.
You got it, Stoner. Match number 1, Billy Oatman. He makes this huge split conversion to take down Mike Scroggins by the score of 209 to 207. Then in match number 2, Billy O takes on the Hall of Famer Parker Bohn III.
Yes!
The man from Jackson, New Jersey strikes out in the 10th frame and takes down Billy O. Then in match number 3, Parker Bohn III takes on last week's champion, Patrick Allen, takes him down by the score of 227 to 214.
So Parker Bohn III, the 3 seed, to take on #1 seed Rhino Page. And there's Rhino, the first non-exempt bowler to advance to the championship round twice. Welcome back to the arena setting of the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. We are set for the final of today's Spartanburg Classic. Rhino Page, the #1 seed, will be taking on the 3 seed Parker Bohn III. And the Rhino Page fan club growing week by week, and it's hard not to like this story. 24-year-old non-exempt player seeking his first PBA title, made his TV debut last week. Didn't go quite the way he wanted, but he's learned a lot from it and really fired up for today. Here's Page, first ball of the final.
Get uphill. All right.
And watching Rhino in practice, he looked lost on this left lane. Now he's the #1 seed. He gets the choice or decide who starts the match, who finishes the match. He's decided to start, which means that he'll finish the match on the right lane, making Parker finish on the left. His last shot in warm-ups was a big 4 split. He looks like he's confused on this left lane.
And Rhino had some confusion issues last week in Baltimore as well. Slams home that spare, does Page. Rhino was supposed to be an usher at his buddy's wedding yesterday in Lawrence, Kansas. Instead, he's rolling today for a crack at a $25,000 winner's paycheck. Parker Bohn III has gone 61 events without a title, the longest of this Hall of Famer's career. Have you ever seen him as focused and determined as today?
I have. And that's why he's been as great as he's been for so long. But I think he's tired of getting kicked around, and you know, he says, you know, forget about the breaks. I'm just going to make this happen on my own. I'm just going to make pure shots, and let's see what the total score is at the end of the game.
Parker was 3rd at the Great Lakes Classic 2 events ago, 15th last week in Baltimore. 30 career titles, 5th most in PBA history. That's how you start with the double.
You see the 4-pin snap, the 7 out. That's the difference between a ball hitting weakly and a ball that's got some pep behind it. That's what you're looking for. Watch this. 2nd pin to the left. Watch the action. It's going to go to the sidewall. It's just going to chop the 7 out. Bang!
Rhino Page up now, the 20th bowler in history to make his first 2 appearances in back-to-back weeks on television. Seeking his first title. And he drops them all as we take a look at our Motel 6 matchup. Rhino Page, his previous best finish, 5th place, and that came last week in Baltimore.
Like he said a couple weeks ago, looks like we need to add a couple of commas to Rhino's earnings, but remember, he's a rookie on tour. He's not even an exempt player, and yet this kid is 2nd in average on tour behind Walter Ray Williams Jr.
He's averaging 230.53. Did not bowl a sub-200 game this week, and folks, he rolled a total of 39 games.
He's jacked. They don't call him Rhino for nothing. This kid's made a huge splash on this tour, the likes I haven't seen in quite some time.
'44-year-old Parker Bohn III. His 23rd year on the tour. He wears his age well. Parker up 10. An opening turkey to start the championship match. We are now officially in ham bone territory. We had our first ham bone sign sighting last week, and I think a couple have trickled in here as well.
The purists are just yanking their hair out right now.
I know. I give them more and more reasons, don't I?
Hey, Rob, I got the fever amoeba, and the only prescription is more ham bone. Explore your space, brother.
I gotta have more ham bone! Parker Bohn off a ham bone with an early 20-pin lead in our final.
What am I going to do with you?
I don't know. You have a couple weeks to think about it.
Okay.
We'll discuss that in Reno. Here's Rhino Page, the #1 seed from Topeka, Kansas. Bowled collegiately at the University of Kansas, where he was a member of the 04 Intercollegiate Bowling Championship team. He was looking for 3 in a row. Instead, he's going to have to do battle with the 7th.
The one thing that Rhino Page can do is open up the lane. He's got a little bit more hand, a lot more revs than most of the other players on the show today. And I tell you one thing right now, Jason Couch is at home watching this show going, man, I just let one slip away, because you think about power and revolutions on that side of the lane, you always think about Jason Couch.
Rhino was telling us yesterday he probably watched himself about 3 times during the course of the week of his
Practice at that one.
debut TV performance last week. Said he hadn't seen himself bowl in about 3 years. He was critiquing himself. Did I look all right? You know, and he was pleased at how well he handled himself despite the problems he faced. He said about 3 years ago, I probably would have just blown up. This is part of the maturation of the young lefty from Kansas. There we go. Nice and flush.
That time he got the ball to drive into the pins the way he wanted. And he kicks that 7-pin out. But Rhino Page is a very respectful, very nice kid. And he's the next phenom out. He's a sensation out here, and he's proved that since the start of this season.
Well, a win would be huge for him on 2 levels. A, it would be his first title. B, a $25,000 check. C, he would be exempt next season. And that is his ultimate goal. Hambone +1.
But first he's got to get past the Hall of Famer who's looking for his 31st title.
Re-rack.
He keeps borrowing room on this right lane. You see how he keeps getting it out there to the left, out there to the left. That's where the friction is. How many more times can he go to the well at that spot on the lane before that ball goes high and he leaves a big, ugly split?
He's opened with 5 consecutive strikes. Asked for a re-rack. Up 31. Number 3 on the all-time PBA money list. Just over $2.6 million he's earned. This is the Motel 6 6th frame. If Parker can drop this, we'll earn an extra $600 from Motel 6.
He does! It's all about the Benjamins!
He will also be eligible for a $6,000 bonus if he throws the front 6 more than any other bowler on TV this season. Somebody's looking to get their Christmas presents upgraded.
All Parker wants to do is keep the heat on, and by doing that, all he has to do is keep throwing those.
41-pin lead as Rhino gets set to work off a strike here in the 6th. You get the feeling the TV jinx may be over. Kid's still got some fight in him.
Well, he's got a lot of game, a lot of heart, and he's looking for his first win, and he knows now where we're at in this match that it's pretty much do or die time for him. He can strike out and shoot 269. Parker Bohn III is perfect through 6. Keep in mind, Parker Bohn has bowled a perfect game on television.
And has bowled one this week as well.
Trip 6 turns into for young Rhino Page. Check this out. He's on a double. That's his new best friend here in Spartanburg.
5 300 games were rolled this week in Spartanburg. Parker Bohn rolled the 5th. Great opening for Parker Bohn in the final. 6 consecutive strikes. Now he'll clean up his first spare here in the 7th. I'm not sure when the etiquette tells us to bring up the fact that he's en route for a 300 game. Well, we brought it up right there, yeah. And we saw what happened. I don't want to jinx anybody out of a 300, so let me know. 8th, 9th?
It just doesn't matter, because anytime you make reference to a perfect game, then that's when it stops. Right. That's when it ends. So.
Yeah, talk about it. So the 300 dream is over. Parker can max out at 279. He's up 20.
Tell me laughing.
Wasn't me, Parker. This isn't funny right about now. Had a title on the line here in the 8th frame. And the lead's been cut down to 20. Now we have a situation where Parker can convert here and strike out. Rhino Page can strike out. Parker can lose by 1. That ball drifted just a pinch high, came off the dry boards to the left side of the lane a little bit stronger than he wanted. But remember, Rhino Page has to keep striking.
Takes care of the spare. Page off his chair, and he's eyeballing a ham bone of his own. Monday Night Football coming your way. Tomorrow night, coverage begins at 7 Eastern with Monday Night Countdown. Bears, Vikings. Kickoff around 8:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. We've got an NFC North type battle going on right now between Page and Parker. That's ham bone material. 4 in a row, the kid is back in it.
And right now, if you're in Parker Bohn III's chair, you've got to be a little concerned with what's happening. This match is just completely swung in terms of momentum, 180 degrees in the direction of Rhino Page.
Parker Bohn III with back-to-back spares to create this opening, and Rhino's taking advantage of it with 4 straight strikes, looking for 5 in a row here in the 9th. Of the medal of Parker Bohn III coming up right now. And this crowd is into it, and they've been into it all afternoon long. Don't count out the grizzled vet just yet.
And he's done on the right lane. Now it's just a matter of if he can hit the pocket and carry 3 in a row on the 10th, in the 10th, to put all the pressure back on Rhino Page. 3 strikes here gives Parker Bohn III 268.
It's a 1-pin match as we begin the 10th here in the final of the Spartanburg Classic. Rhino Page looking for his first win. Parker Bohn looking for title number 31. He's got another! And he's got the crowd back with him.
Phenomenal performance by the 44-year-old Hall of Famer. That's why you win 30 times out here. One more puts Parker Bohn in the 260s. And we're going to drive 10 in the back every shot.
What an awesome, intense final this has been. Parker Bohn opened up the final with a ham bone and extended it to 6 straight. He can now conclude with 4 strikes and throwing the pressure right back on the youngster Rhino Page. Finish? No.
Rhino Page needs 2 strikes in 9 to win this tournament. Anything less, Parker Bohn III wins sitting on the bench. What a performance by the old vet. Tremendous.
The best match he's bowled today. He started with a 239, then went down to 227, sprung up to a 267, did Parker. Rhino Page, it is in his hands. Do you want that first title? It's staring at you. Six in a row.
Rhino Page showing some serious maple moxie. 1 strike, 9 pins, first title.
And that is it. Get off your chair and celebrate. Parker Bohn III gives his dad a hug. Wife Leslie. His son Justin, who's been around him all weekend. Another son, Brandon there. Classy finish there from Rhino Page. I mean, what an awesome effort from Page, but give it up for Parker Bohn III. The streak is over, my friend. Title number 31. He is now just 3 titles shy of Mark Roth and Pete Weber.
Twisted ball. You need one. It's awesome.
For 3rd most in PBA history.